Scream it from the rooftops, 64-0. The Rugby World Cup has entered the business end for the Springboks. They qualified for the quarterfinals, having defeated, of course, the USA last night, and getting that bonus point in the process. Joining us now to unpack an incredible performance. I look forward to either an encounter against Wales or Australia. We've got Sean Lilford from Judge Rugby and former Bok vet Barry. These two guys have only met on the competitive field of rugby, so great to reunite you guys. But I think not only did the country breathe a sigh of relief last night, all is well in the world of rugby again, but I would imagine for Heineke Meyer and that Bok squad, a really big moment last night. We needed that win.
No, fantastic win. I think, started slowly in the first half.
Yeah.
But, after the Japan game, I think for me the most important thing what we've got out of these last 3 games was the consistency the players performed, and that gives me great pleasure and sort of a peace of mind for going forward, So that's lovely to see, and I think the guys are playing with a lot of confidence, going into the quarters. We've got 10 days break, and it was great to see playing his sort of strongest side, so to keep the continuity going. So we're looking at a great quarterfinal in 10 days' time.
Yeah, either way. And I love the fact that the depth came through as well. The strength right the way through that squad. One man who has to be mentioned, though, equaling 15 tries, Bryan Habana. You couldn't keep him from the try line. What do you make of that standout performance?
Unbelievable, and typical Habana game. He was working hard, looking for it. Once he got a sniff in on a try, he kept working, and it was unfortunate he didn't get 4.
Yeah.
But excellent work, and that's, as I said, it's just typical Bryan Habana play. He's always in the mix.
And I love the fact, I think probably the most difficult part for him was the short goal line, the in-goal area. But when we look at some of the new guys that were stepping in, Rudy Page, I mean, he got a standing ovation, not only from the box, but from everyone. I think he's had a bit of a journey. But I think right the way across the board, we needed the youngsters to stand up. Lurt, again, was towering. That tight 5 looking incredible.
No, it was. It's great to see. I mean, again, the forwards laying the foundation. It's like the old story, the forwards lay the foundation, the backs can jaw. I think great to see Morné Steyn get a chance to play as well, and Rudy Page. It's fantastic to see a young guy that's coming through, and he actually played quite nicely, It's great to see those guys we're going to use for the future, getting involved in the World Cup, getting his first game under the belt, and be successful in a great side. So,
you mentioned a bit of a slow start, definitely a game of 2 halves. What do you think Heineke said in that halftime break to that team?
I think all he had to do was reference Japan.
Just come in with a flag.
I think that would have been enough. But we scored 8 tries in the second half, and the 2 tries in the first half. The one was a penalty try, and the USA were on rollerblades in scrum time. So it was an excellent second half performance, and it was good to see D'Allendy with a little bit more distribution, because I know our centres struggled with passes in the Scotland game. Didn't log up very high. I haven't seen the stats for the passing, but they got involved.
Yeah, and I love the fact that also you were going on about the fact that he is, used in that crash ball scenario, but he did have the space to run. Standout players for the Boks. Who do you think should have netted man of the match, D'Allendy?
Yeah, I know he deserved it. I mean, but obviously taking away from Brian's 3 tries, sort of feel like he should have got it, But I mean, like you said, opportunistic tries, Brian was right there, especially with that maul, the ball jumping out for his third. It's lovely to see, and it's always there. So, deservingly, they got it. So, it's still a great team performance. Someone's got to get the man of the match, but, look at the team, everybody played nicely.
Yeah, well, we'll look at our future prospects, either Wales or Australia. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Great to be doing this on a very happy note this morning. Well, of course, we've been putting a lot of questions out to you on our social media platforms over this week. Time to catch up with what you have been saying out there on our social media.